Peggy 3.
This first video I'm going to show you about vision is our attempt to replicate a Fabregas pass that happened against Barcelona this year. As you can see, there's some wedges around the defender who's in possession of the ball at the beginning of the video, and these wedges is what we're calling the vision map, and is the concept that we've created to try to create this behavior. You can see that the defender's vision map is not very big. He doesn't have a lot of vision behind him, and he doesn't see all the opportunities that are presented in a play at a given moment. But now, when we run the video and he passes the ball to Fabregas, who is around the middle of the field, as he gets it, you can see that his vision map is much larger, and this is because of his vision attribute. And now this vision map changes on a variety of things. The opportunities and threats that I mentioned affect how much the vision map slows down as it hits that player. The vision attribute also affects how big the vision map is in general, in terms of the angle that he can see, in terms of how much he remembers after seeing an opportunity, and all these different things that create a very sophisticated system to really replicate the behavior of players like Fabregas and Xavi. So you can see when Fabregas gets it and he's turning around, his wedges now already cover the opportunity that he's actually going to capitalize on, and that he actually did in the real life example. And this pass then creates this amazing opportunity to score. Now, when we run the test again, by keeping all the variables the same, but only substituting Fabregas for another player, in this case it's J. Spark from Manchester United, you can see that the outcome is going to be different. The first defender is the same, his wedges are the same, he passes it to Park, and you can see that Park's vision map is much larger than the defender, but it's not quite as big as and encompassing as Fabregas. Because of this, as he turns, he's not yet ready to make that pass. He hasn't seen that opportunity yet up the field, so he's still considering other things, and eventually he does. You can see that the vision map eventually gets to that place of the field, but now it's too late. He takes 2 touches on the ball, as it takes time for him to see the whole play develop, and when he plays the pass, the defender is actually the one that ends up with the ball, because the attacker has now given up on it. And as you can see, it's a subtle difference, but it makes a world of difference when it comes to the outcome of a play, and that's what we're going to have in this year's game. So you might remember last year we had Personality Plus. And Personality Plus was a very successful feature last year, and we focused mainly on the visuals of players, making sure that they looked just like their real life counterparts, their dribble styles, their body styles, and also on the gameplay side of things, we focused on making sure that the attributes really meant something when you were executing all the different actions in our game. So if you were shooting or passing, that if you have players that were excellent at these areas, you could really see the difference when you were doing all these things in the game. What we're doing this year with Pro Player Intelligence is giving the CPU and AI control players a new layer of self-awareness that will allow them to make different decisions in different scenarios. So in this video, you see how Peter Crouch is already in the heart of the box, in a great position for a header situation. Now we just run the regular logic in the game and see what the CPU decision making once he gets to the ball is going to be. And in the Peter Crouch example, this CPU player is asking himself not only what am I really good at, but who are my players, where are my teammates, and what are they really good at. And in this case, that teammate is Peter Crouch. So as you can see, when he gets to the ball, he puts the cross in first time, and it results in a goal by Peter Crouch off a header. Now we're going to run the same scenario again, and all the variables are exactly the same. The only thing that we're changing is substituting Peter Crouch for the Spanish striker David Villa. And of course, you know, David Villa is an excellent striker, but he is not known for being an aerial threat. So in this case, the CPU is now running towards the ball, and now his decision making is going to change precisely because of this factor. Everything is exactly the same, but he knows that it's Villa now inside the box, and that it's not really a good opportunity to cross the ball in. So when he gets to the ball, he actually takes another touch, tries to buy himself some time, and ends up playing it back to a teammate that supports close. And now, incidentally, this is very much the way Barcelona plays in these types of situations. They play back around the box and try to find a really deadly pass that then pierces the defense and creates a scoring opportunity. So as you can see, now we're getting a lot of variety, giving a specific scenario and a lot of authenticity as well.